What in the hell, dude?
What?
You're contagious.
What did I do
Because
though?
you're just laughing. It's making me laugh. And it's like, what in the hell?
Well, maybe it'll make somebody else laugh.
Don't make me spit my beverage out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good morning.
Good.
It's a good
Sorry.
morning, I
It is
guess,
it
huh?
is a good morning. It is a good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to Beyond the Cup. Conscious Conversations with Joanna and Michelle.
This is where coffee turns into conversations that go way beyond surface level.
We're talking consciousness, spirituality, relationships, symbolism, healing, psychology, astrology, life, all of it.
Real conversations without a script. Combos that make you think, question, reflect, and maybe even see yourself a little differently.
So grab your coffee, tea, or whatever's in your cup.
And let's go beyond it. Good morning.
Uh,
Let's calm down. Oh, no, we don't calm down in
okay.
these. This is what makes it fun, is that we're just bullshitting, but we're talking wisdom and truth and lying, but you got to mix it in with a little bit of
Funny.
salsa
Salsa.
sometimes. Yeah. How was your birthday?
My birthday was good. I had a good
Mm.
birthday. It was great. Lovely night. So, yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And we got to spend time with you on a group call.
Oh my goodness, that was my favorite part of the day yesterday, honestly, is seeing everybody's beautiful face. I know we were missing Tanya, but
Yeah.
it was so great to see everybody. We haven't been together for 2 years, all of us together.
Hmm.
And actually, no, it's been longer since we've been with Ashley.
Yeah. I'm not even going
Yeah.
to try to count right now, like
Yeah. No,
how
no.
long ago
Yep.
it was, but it does feel like forever
Mm-hmm.
because it was in the first retreat, right?
Second.
The
Because
second one?
the first
Yes,
retreat,
it was the second one. Okay.
yes,
Which I, again, I don't know when that was
it
because
was the second one in Arley,
time.
Alabama.
Like I know where the places were, but as far as time, it was in that portal of time after COVID where nothing made sense and we didn't know what year it was. And it was during that time, the portal after
It was
2020,
it was
which means anything between 2020 and 2025 is a psh.
blur. Well, I think it was 2023. Maybe
Oh, that we went? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2023, and then we did 2024 was in Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
that
miss
was
it.
fun. I do too.
One day we'll get
I love
together.
that we got to experience like holding space and watching people transform right in front of our eyes, like within a day of meeting them in person,
And
and
all of us crying and getting really deep into, like, even though we all knew each other as far as the hosts and everything, we still got to know each other on a deeper level and on an emotional level that if we hadn't had that space or that time to open up, it just wouldn't have, we wouldn't have had that opportunity to do so. So I feel like it was a perfect place and time, like with the ocean and the breeze and all that stuff.
it was. We're so blessed. We're so blessed by our soul family and the fact that we got to bring more people into our soul family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unforgettable. I love it.
Yeah.
It's
And we'll
like that
see how it
commercial. It's
goes.
priceless.
It is because you don't know. I mean, like one of us is moving to somewhere, out of the
Hmm.
country. We might be doing some stuff here and there. Who knows?
That
So,
will be awesome. I love that we have that ability though. So if people are having retreats and they want to bring us in to help facilitate, we love doing that. So I think
yes,
that's
we got it down packed now.
yes, yes. I
Michelle, where
mean,
is the gold spoon? Box 3 in the blue in the blue container. Okay, I
yes.
got it. I got it. I mean, we got
Man,
it
we
down
have it
packed.
dialed
For
in.
real. Like I love that about our
Yes.
organization when it comes to these things. So,
Well, and you're in North Carolina, I'm in California, and we do this over Zoom. So I know what you're packing and we're keeping a checklist. And so it's like
checking
I
it
don't even have to
twice.
be with you at your house to tell you, oh my goodness, it's in the floral bag that you put in the black suitcase.
Exactly, exactly. It's so awesome because yeah, it's so needed when you're dealing with the logistics of a soul transformation. You know what I mean? You're trying to do something on a soul level, but you got all the logistics of the 3D that you have to work with
Oh,
at the same
exactly.
time. And it's a lot of juggling. But anyway, I don't know how we got off into that subject.
Exactly.
But oh, because we miss each other. um, and we want to see each other. But yeah, I think today we're talking mostly about the signs, the astrological signs, and the seasons at the same time. Because last off, we were talking about the Christ oil and how we have to understand that when the moon is in our sun sign, that is your sacred time for your own masculine and feminine to harmonize and, raise the Christ. And so we thought, why not go on with that subject and talk about the first quadrant, which is Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, and then go from there, right?
Yes, for sure. And I love that I had no idea prior to working with you and learning about the signs that the zodiac in the Bible is called the Mazzaroth.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is written in the Bible. So I love just how everything is all connected and I don't think people
Connect the
connect
dots.
that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what's so cool. And that's why I love our conversations because it's always connecting the dots because everything is connected.
And they're deep, and sometimes we can repeat things over and over, but it takes that repetitiveness and the little puzzle pieces here and there in order to get to that point. Like, this isn't just easy surface level talk
Talk.
here, even
Yes.
though we make it sound that way.
It's very
um,
deep. It's very deep.
it's it takes a lot to get to. So anyway, we just want to help with little bit and little bit by I think that the first step is just, I don't know, you want to ask some questions because it's so vague when it comes to
Well,
spring. I mean, we
okay,
did
so
talk about the ram and what that meant. So that's good.
we
That's a good transition.
I think we should start with most people think that the new year starts in January. It doesn't. The new year starts in spring, Passover from winter to spring, and it begins in Aries. So I think that's where we should begin.
Okay.
So
Where
let's
we
talk
should
about the
begin.
sign. Let's talk about the sign and the aspects of it.
I'm pulling up my notes just because I have certain things that I want to share that are tied to the biblical part of it.
Yes.
And I think that's important and I don't want to F it up. So,
Well, I have some notes that when we were working together on at the astrology class. So Aries is March 21st to April 19th, the spring equinox. And Aries is you want to talk about like cardinal fixed mutable?
okay,
Do
so
you want to
it's the
go into that?
door. Yeah, sure. It's the door. You could see it on the really bold parts of each of them. They're the door openers of that season. It's like a portal into, hey, spring is starting. So they're cardinal signs. They're the beginning, the leaders, the ones that begin something, that start something, initiating. They're initiating spring. And so the Passover, you're passing over from the darkness, the cold, the winter, or the night to spring, which is new life, which is, everything blossoming, everything fertilizing, multiplying by twos, which is the Gemini. Everything in the spring is um,
Blooming.
associated to the new beginnings. Is that what you were
Perfect.
asking as far as
Yes.
cardinal? And yeah,
Yes.
and it's a
Yes.
fire sign. So I have on here the three deacons, because between that 30 degrees of that sign, which is 30 days, you have three different deacons. It's 10 degrees of one, 10 degrees of another, 10 degrees of another. Okay. And those three deacons, just like the constellations have the different signs and all of that, like the different stories, these have their own stories too. And it's funny because in Aries, it's Cassiopeia, which is the enthroned woman, Cetus, which is the sea monster, and Perseus, which is the breaker. And each of these stories, when you look at the deacons, it's always the lower self, the higher self, and then overcoming and how you've reached like enlightenment, like the whole story of that. And it's fascinating when you go deep into each of the signs and what it's trying to tell you because it's all the same thing. But those are the three for Aries. And the burnt offering is the sun, going through the constellation of Aries, the ram, the lamb, and that is the past, yeah, like you said, the passover into spring, into new life, into the new year.
What would be some like personality aspects for Aries?
So these are again, the leaders, the fighters, the warriors. Think of fire and think of Braveheart, right?
Okay.
Like, let's go, right? That
Hmm.
kind of energy. So you're going to see a lot of Aries people be like leaders in the pack. This is why it's so good to know when you have a group of people what sign each of them are because you play off of each other. If you had an Aries with a Leo and a Sagittarius and you have them work together, they can spark up some really good stuff from beginning to end. They can one can start it, the other one can work on it, and the last one can finish it
Finish
off.
it. Okay. I
Right.
like
So,
that.
you know what I mean? That's how you get torques going when you're talking about cars and like the velocity and all of that, or the same thing with the wind and you're trying to harness a certain speed of the wind, then you put together Libra with Aquarius and with Gemini, and you have it going, because you have the beginning, the fixed, and the end.
I
So it's
love that.
all it's all just a sine wave, you
So
know
cardinal is the beginning, fixed is the middle, and then is it mutable?
and mutable is, so cardinal, think
The
of it
the
as,
finisher.
yeah, cardinal is like, okay, I'm starting spring.
Okay.
So which is Aries. Then you have Taurus, which is I'm fixed in the middle of spring. This is spring. Like you can't deny it at this point. Aries, I was still feeling cold a little bit some days here because it was still transferring over. But in Taurus, like you're dead in spring. And then when you get into Gemini, you're starting that, okay, I'm mutating into what's going to be next, which is summer. So
Okay.
in each quadrant, in each spring, summer, and fall, you have the same qualities, the same aspects of beginning, very fixed, changeable. And then those qualities come down to us because everyone who knows a fixed sign, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, we are very stubborn. We are just
Because
dead, and you can't tell us what to do. We are just dead, and that's just part of being a fixed sign,
gotcha.
you know?
That's cool. Okay, so should we go into Taurus then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so Taurus is the bull,
Mm-hmm.
and it is an earth element.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that would mean that they're pretty grounded in the fact, like, okay. And does that have to do with their stubbornness? Like, or is it just
The earth, like Taurus is very, first of all, let's go back. Aries is ruled by Mars. Okay. So think of fire, think of, the red, it's the male energy.
okay?
Um, Whereas Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is just
Beauty.
loving the luxury of life, the food, everything that comes from this 3D world is like, oh, I'm so loving this, right?
Okay.
I'm fixated into it. And so in that way, you have more of like an infatuation for the 3D
Okay.
in a sense.
All right.
Okay. Whereas, I don't want to jump into Gemini yet, but I mean, they all have their thing. So, Taurus's deacons are Orion, which everybody's heard of Orion,
Yes.
the Orion and the belt, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's light. And then Eridanus, which is the river. And I'm probably saying it all wrong. Uriga, I don't know. It's the shepherd. And so a lot of times when you look up and you see Orion's belt, the three dots, like that's what you always see, okay, that's the constellation of Taurus that we're looking at. And you start to understand that it's the ego that is getting slaughtered here, the animal nature. The bull is the ego, the animal nature versus um the higher aspect of it, which would be more of the Venusian love, peace, harmony type,
Mm, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Oh, and this is cool. In Job 38:31, it says, "Cast thou bind the sweet influences of the Pleiades or loose the bands of Orion." And, it's
Yes.
talking about, again, can you loosen the ego aspects of you? And
So
again, it
you
talks
can,
about the Mazzaroth so you can elevate, and which is what
yes.
it's all about.
And so the personality aspects of Taurus, they're very much fixed in their ways, and that's creating the stubbornness.
Hmm. But they love nature, right? Everything that's earthly.
I
They
like that.
are so I mean, obviously there's the good aspects and the bad aspects of them, right? They could be stubborn, but that could be a
A
good
good
thing because
thing.
they get things done, or it could be bad depending on what it is, if they're fixated on something that they shouldn't be on. So it just depends. And they're just very grounded. I look at Taurus people as very just earthly, like get it done type.
I have two Tauruses in my household.
So you
And
know.
yes, and it's funny because if I would have understood their personality when raising my son, I would have understood that he's going to do everything in his own time. Like it's gotten I could tell him to or ask him to do something till I'm blue in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And nope, he'll do it when he's ready and
Mm-hmm.
on his time. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like knowing that now, I'm just like, okay.
You have to plant the seed and then have them think that they found the seed and that that's their
And that they're
idea.
doing, yes,
Yes.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So yeah, and then they're also, because of the Venus, they're very into music as well. And so you just have a very like man slash woman, very balanced type
Very
of,
cool, creative.
yeah, because you
Yeah,
have the feminine aspect because it's a
the
earth sign
Venus.
and from Venus, so you have a
Hmm.
lot of that. But then the ego and all of that from the masculine. So I don't know, it's a pretty cool sign. And then there's Gemini, which is one of my favorites, which is the twins, and that's Castor and
Esther and
Pollux.
Pollux.
Mm-hmm. Acts 28:11. And after 3 months, we departed into a ship of Alexandria, which had wintered in the isle, whose sign was Castor and Pollux, which is the name of the sign. So I feel like, hold on,
And Gemini is an air sign, an air element.
right.
Okay.
So this is where we have Lepus, which is the hare or the rabbit. We have Sirius, the dog, which is heat. It's the brightest of all the stars.
Hmm.
The male aspect of the mind. And then there's the third deacon is Canis Minor, sorry, the Redeemer, the little one who is above, bearing for others, which is kind of like the story of David and Goliath. It's just the child aspect, overcoming. But air signs, very intellectual, thinking both the black and the white, going back and forth, looking at both sides of the coin, understanding things from that. They're very understanding when it comes to just hearing all sides of things because they collect a lot of facts. They're ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the communicator, the messenger. We talked about that when Mercury went retrograde.
Yes.
But it's the messenger and it's how you think. So Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo,
Okay.
the
You know
air and
what's
the.
what's so cool is that you've got Gemini with the two for balancing Castor and Pollux. You've got Libra balancing the scales, the two. And then you have Pisces, the two fish, balancing
Mhm.
two. So it's like it's so awesome just like how each season.
And Cancer. Don't forget Cancer
Oh yes, 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 yes. Mm-hmm.
because it's
Yep.
those two, and I feel like there's just one in each quadrant,
Yes,
of the
yes.
doubles,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Yeah.
part of Noah's story of bringing two two
Of
by two, which
every
is, yeah, because it's every aspect of yourself, bringing your duality. That's a whole nother story, but yeah, that's pretty cool that it's put that way. But air signs are very intellectual. So in just that quadrant alone, you have fire, you have earth, and you have air. And water hasn't come into the mix yet because that's next in the summer, which we'll talk about next time. But I feel like with those, you get something going. You have the fire, which is like the soul that sparks you to do something. You have the earth, which is like, let's put it into action. And then you have the mental realm of, intellectualizing it. How do you put it into action? How do and then next we'll get into the water, which is
the
your emotions.
emotion. Yes,
Yeah. So
exactly. I
I
love
think,
that.
all of that happens in spring alone happens within us.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what where the misconnect is seeing that these elements are also within us if you look at them in the way of what they mean, right?
Well, and they're also a part of our day because the whole Zodiac, Mazzaroth, those it's broken down to 2 hour increments for the whole 24 hours.
Right.
So with Aries, you're talking about, isn't it from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m.?
Right.
Okay, and then you go Taurus, 8 to 10, or
Hmm.
like 8 to 10, and then Gemini's 10 to 12,
Hmm.
right? So that's the first part of your day. So not only are they the springing into action because they're spring signs, but in that season, but they're also springing, we're
In the
waking up,
morning, right? It's
yes,
the
to
morning,
rise.
the afternoon, the evening, and the night. So those
Yes.
four elements are within our day as well, and within each hour. And I feel like if we don't understand that when we take our first breath, whatever is rising in the east at that time is going to affect and influence you in a very big way,
Hmm.
um, then you haven't even began to understand how you operate, because we're very difficult creatures.
Well, and okay, and you were just saying how each sign is within us because we've got the Aries is the
Cerebrum,
cerebrum, okay, head. Then you have Taurus, the bull, the neck.
the cerebellum,
Yes, and then Gemini, Castor, and Pollux, the hands,
the
right?
arms, the hands,
Arms.
the lungs, like all the
Yeah.
double there. Yeah, and it
So
just
it's
goes
with
down all the way to the cell, the making of the cell and the bones, and ruled by Capricorn and all this. Like it's just all there.
it's it's so
It's
fascinating.
like a little Russian doll. It just, you go in or
The
you go
nesting,
out. Yeah, it just
yes.
continues on, and it's so cool. Look, as I say that, don't
The
ask me
measuring
why this is
spoons.
sitting
Yeah,
here
the
on my
oh,
desk randomly.
because I know why. Because you were going through all of the retreat boxes looking for stuff,
Yes,
and those are the
yes,
measuring spoons. I love
girl.
it.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like it's all the same, but it's within us and without us, and then it just continues the other way.
So cool. Awesome. I love
Very
it.
cool. So the
Yes.
spring time in you, if you have April, I mean, no, sorry, if you have Aries, Taurus, or Gemini, um,
So it's April through June, right?
yeah, March,
March then.
April, yeah, through June 21st. So if that is heavy in your natal chart, you have a lot of new beginnings in this lifetime, a lot of things that you're starting. So pay attention to that. And also, if you're going through something right now that feels like it's fresh, a fresh start, a new beginning, a reset, you're excited, a creative spark that's just going to start something, then you're in the spring of your life.
I love it.
And it's good to know where you are.
For sure. And if anybody has any comments or questions, just leave them in the comment section so that way we can communicate and have a conversation about it and get back to you. I think opening it up for discussion is so cool. And, if they really want to go in deeper to whatever season they're in right now, they can always do soul mapping session with you. It's so amazing. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to break down, maybe we can break down my soul mapping session in one of our chats. You know what I mean? So that way people can kind of get a really
A
cool
closer look.
understanding. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, for sure. I think that'd be fun. We'll
Yeah.
have to do
So
that.
next time will be summer and one of our favorites.
Yes,
Cheers.
cheers. Yay. Well, thank you so much.
You're
I always love our
welcome.
conversations and sending you love and light.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, thank you.
Yay.
It's part of our thing now.
It is, it
All
is.
right. I'll see you guys
Yay.
next time.
All
Peace.
right, peace.
Thank you for sitting with us for another conscious conversation beyond the cup. If something resonated with you today, please share it, comment, subscribe, and send it to someone who is also asking the deeper questions about life. Until next time, keep expanding, keep questioning, and keep going beyond the surface and the cup. We'll see you guys next time. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Let's have a